Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie is not present. Director Walterman is not present. Director Best is excused. Director Seedoff?
Yes.
Director Rice Walker?
Yes.
Director Gray?
Here.
And President Bradley.
Here, we'll have a meeting, quorum, we'll call a meeting order.
From Communications, whereas the Charter of the City of St. Louis grants the Board of Public Service a number of duties and responsibilities, including regulation, investigation, and approval of a variety of important city transactions. And whereas William Seedoff has had a long and distinguished career demonstrating a lifelong commitment to serving children, families, and individuals in need of assistance, he has held a unique blend of leadership roles in the public, not-for-profit, and private sectors. And whereas in 2001 he was appointed by the mayor of the city of St. Louis, Francis G. Slay, as the Director of Human Services. In this highly visible position, he manages 5 divisions, including Homeless Services, Office of the Disabled, St. Louis Area Agency on Aging, Veteran Services, and Youth and Family. And whereas he is our resident expert on social services program in St. Louis and is especially known for his deep engagement in addressing the needs of the homeless people in St. Louis. And whereas through his stewardship, DHS has taken a leadership role in all aspects of social service programs in the city, exemplified by facilitation of 5 mayor summits on social services attended by over 1,000 participants. These summits developed strategic plans addressing the needs of the disabled, the elderly, the homeless, ex-offenders, and children and youth. And whereas on the course of his career he has been a member of and headed many boards and committees and currently services on over 30 such entities. And whereas he has been recognized numerous times for his leadership and is the recipient of many awards and honors. And whereas on the behalf of the people of St. Louis, it is our great pleasure to congratulate William Seedoff on his retirement and extend our best wishes to him for much joy and happiness in the years ahead. And whereas William has determined to bring his service to the city to closure by retiring on November 26, 2014. Now, therefore, it is hereby ordered by the Honorable Board of Public Service that William Seedoff be recognized for his years of guidance and direction to the business of this board, and that a copy of this board order become permanent record of this public body by order of the Board of Public Service, November 25, 2014. President Bradley, Richard Bradley, Director Curtis Scobie, Director Todd Walterman, Director Gary Best, Director Pamela Rice Walker, Director William Gray, and Sharice D. Thomas.
Okay, Bill. Come on.
Thank you.
Wow, Bill. I'd like to present you with Board Order 793 and thank you for your years of service.
Well, thank you. As I said last Thursday, I tried to thank everybody I possibly could. And without members of this board, in many cases, I couldn't have done what we've been able to do. And that character over there, and Gary, and Barb, and Pam, everybody, it's been really terrific to work with. And I'm going to miss you guys a lot. I really will. Sometimes, maybe not so much Todd and Gary.
Bill, you always made it interesting, brother.
We sure did. We had some interesting times together, but look forward to retirement and having some fun. Not that I haven't before, but I'm going to have more fun now. So thank you all very much. You're really special people, and I appreciate so much your help. Thank you.
From the President. Contract and bond for letting number 8549, reconstruction of taxiway Echo from taxiway Sierra to taxiway Papa, removal of taxiway Echo from runway 624 to taxiway Sierra, and the reconstruction of the North Apron Lima Pad, Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Addendum number 1 for letting number 8565, Kings Highway Boulevard Bridge over UPRR. Supplemental Agreement Number 9 to PSA Number 1059, design of main terminal ticketing hall and mid-level architectural renovations. Memorial of Agreement between Metropolitan Park and Recreation District, doing business as Great Rivers Greenway District, between the City of St. Louis for Belle Reve and Sister Marie Charles Park. From the Director of Parks, Recreation and Forestry, Public Utilities, and Streets, joint recommendation that permit for Metropolitan Sewer District for construction of 2 bioretention areas at 3301 9th Street and 3961 Blair for approximately 1,251 square feet of bioretention and apparatuses. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Union Electric Company, doing business as Amarin, Missouri, to install new duct banks for 5-inch PL conduit on the north and southwest sides of Children Place, west of Taylor Avenue, for a new switchgear transformer and services for the College of Pharmacy. Union Electric Company, doing business as Amarin, Missouri, to install conduit on the east and west sides of 9th Street from Olive Street going south to Chestnut Street. Union Electric Company, doing business as Amarin, Missouri, to install conduit and cable on the east and west sides of Euclid, north of Forest Park, tying to existing duct banks to feed new City Walk development. Union Electric Company, doing business as Amarin UE, to replace poles on the west sides of 2651 through 55 South Grand at the Lawson. Southwestern Bell Telephone Company, doing business as AT&T Missouri, starting at existing AT&T manhole located at 820 South Taylor, bore north on South Taylor under sidewalk for 155 feet to the intersection of South Taylor and Clayton Avenue, and then bore along Clayton under sidewalk for an additional 557 feet. Southwestern Bell Telephone Company, doing business as AT&T, starting at the front of 5028 Fallen, place a new 3 feet by 5 feet by 3.5 feet handhole on the existing buried 2-inch poly pipe from the new handhole will bore 37 feet north across Fallen and meet up with an existing 4-inch customer pipe in front of 5043 Fallen, a fiber optic cable. AT&T Missouri, starting at existing handhold at the front of 4350 Simple, bore fiber 722 feet south on Simple in the grass 2 feet off backside of the sidewalk and crossover Simple to 4321 Simple. 3 handholds will be placed in the route. Total right-of-way footage is 752 feet. Charter Communications, starting at the existing manhole at South 8th Street and Walnut Street, will bore north along the east side of South 8th for approximately 32 feet and meet up with the customer conduit going into 706 Market Street. Charter Communications, start at south side of 210 Tucker at the intersection of Pine Street and Tucker in manhole in the sidewalk, proceeding across South Street, turning east to the south to Chestnut, going across to sidewalk to Stream Tunnel, placing vault in sidewalk. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Brian Porter to subdivide land at 2119 and 2121 Utah and City Block 1526. Patricia Marler to re-subdivide land at 3318 and 3324 Wisconsin and City Block 1532. Recommendation that the following permit be denied per Board Order 720. Liberty Group USA, Inc. to subdivide land at 3001 Missouri and City Block 1979. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that permit for Lafayette Square Business Association to encroach with 8 banners along Park in Lafayette Square, recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Parks, Recreation, and Forestry, the Board accepts as a gift a bronze state Love of the Game installed near the concession stand on Central Field in Forest Park. The statue and installation is valued at $9,500. Recommends approval. From the Director of Public Safety, Recommendation that the board declares as a festival zone, Grand Center, December 31st, 2014, for first night for indoor and outdoor activities, including fireworks and street closures. Recommend approval subject to certain conditions. Now we have the conditional uses.
Excuse me. Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board. I'm Bob Gordy, and I'll be a zoning plan examiner for the city, and I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Before I get started, I would like to briefly introduce a newest member of staff, just came on board yesterday. It's Michael Vicentainer. He's be with us for the next, hopefully, future years. I just want to introduce you. You'll be seeing plenty of them in the future.
Hello, nice to meet you all. Yeah, I'm Mike Vicentainer. I just started yesterday.
Good.
Who's your dad?
My dad is David, yes.
You got some shoes to fill, brother.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
He has the beard going.
Yeah, you're a little bigger than him, though. I guess Dad listens to you now, huh?
No, not really. He hasn't made it back to town yet since I started.
Okay. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 6 applications: 927 Ann, 5454 Dempsey, 2701 North 14th Street, 4423 South Kings Highway, 4339 through 41 Manchester, and 5005 through 07 South Kings Highway. Denial is recommended for 2 applications, 3613 Merrimack and 4300 North 20th Street. I request that these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Just a quick question on 4300 North 20th Street. Can you just a little background on the denial? I noticed that the alderman did not weigh in on that one.
The alderman did not weigh in. Some of the residents did, and they were concerned primarily with the sale of liquor at this location. That was part of the application that the person that was taking over the existing convenience store was looking for. At the meeting, the Business Assistance Center, a representative, told us that the excise division had approved for the sale of beer and wine at this convenience store. Subsequently, it was my understanding that that was not approved by the Excise Commission. But nonetheless, based on the residents' concern and also the previous history of problems at this location, there have been a number of shootings there within the past year. And looking at the pictures, there was a lot of signage that shouldn't have been there. It just didn't look like it was a type of facility that was going to do the good for the community. And so based on the input we received and some of the past history of this property, we felt it best that this application be denied.
Okay. Any other questions from the board on the conditional uses? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the recommendations. Can you read the roll, please?
Director Scobie. Aye. Director Walterman. Aye. Director Best is excused. Director Seedoff. Aye. Director Rice Walker. Aye. Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. Motion to accept the addendum, please.
Second. Previous roll.
The motion and seconded to accept the addendum and a call for the use of previous roll. Is there any objection to use of previous roll? Seeing none. Approved. Motion to accept the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll.
Motion and seconded to accept the agenda and also a call for the use of previous roll. Any objection to the use of previous roll? Seeing none. Approved. Motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.